Formula One captivates millions of fans worldwide with its thrilling races and cutting-edge technology. And behind the scenes, an intricate web of logistics ensures that the team's equipment travels seamlessly from one country to another throughout the season. In this video, we're going to talk about the fascinating world of transporting Formula One team's equipment, the logistics, costs, and the challenges involved in this high-stakes endeavor. Before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more exciting updates. Let's start with planning, because the teams also start with that. They must make a complex plan in advance. The transportation process for Formula One teams begins long before the first race of the season. Meticulous planning and coordination are essential to ensure the smooth movement of equipment across borders. Team logistics managers work closely with freight forwarders, customs agents, and transportation companies to orchestrate the complex logistics involved. So a crowd of people is involved only in the first phase of this complex job. Logistics planning encompasses multiple aspects, including route selection, transportation modes, customs clearance, and compliance with regulations. Each country has its own set of customs procedures, import regulations, and security protocols, adding to the complexity of the process. Because we're not talking about just a couple of countries here. Now, as well as we start to pack the suitcases after we make a travel plan, teams must pack their stuff too. But while we can do this quite quickly without other people involved, packing the F1 equipment is on a level of complexity that we can barely imagine. Besides, our staff is not so expensive. We usually just try to not lose the passport and money, and to keep a few small devices in one piece. Formula One teams rely on state-of-the-art equipment that is both expensive and delicate. Transporting this equipment safely requires careful packaging and protection measures. Specialized crates and containers are designed to safeguard items such as cars, spare tools, and delicate electronic systems. The packaging process involves meticulously disassembling the cars, ensuring every component is securely packed, and using shock-absorbent materials to protect against vibrations and impacts during transit. Precise documentation is also crucial, enabling teams to track and verify the contents of each shipment. Since the teams visit 20 countries more or less and different continents, transporting Formula One equipment involves a combination of air, sea, and road transportation. Air freight is the most commonly used mode for long-distance travel, ensuring quick delivery to race locations across the globe. Cargo planes equipped with specialized loading systems accommodate oversized and heavy crates. Sea freight is primarily used for long-haul journeys between continents. It offers a cost-effective solution for non-urgent shipments, such as those between European and Asian races. Although slower than air freight, sea transportation allows for larger quantities of equipment to be transported in a single shipment. Road transportation completes the final leg of the journey, from airports or ports to the racetracks. Trucks equipped with climate-controlled compartments and advanced security measures ensure the safe transfer of equipment, often accompanied by a team of mechanics and support staff. Teams must also think about regulations and ensure compliance with import/export requirements. It's a big challenge because each country has its own customs procedures, duty or tax regulations, and security protocols that teams must adhere to. Importing and re-exporting equipment without delays and penalties requires meticulous attention to detail. To expedite the process, teams often work closely with customs agents who specialize in handling motorsport logistics. They help manage the necessary paperwork, temporary import permits, car nets, and security declarations. Failure to comply with customs regulations can result in equipment delays, fines, or even confiscation, making it crucial for teams to stay up to date with changing regulations in each destination country. Transporting Formula One team's equipment involves significant cost, of course. The expenses include freight charges, packaging materials, customs fees, import taxes, and insurance premiums. The exact costs vary based on factors such as distance, transportation mode, cargo weight, and local regulations. Teams often negotiate contracts with transportation providers and freight forwarders to secure favorable rates for the entire season. These agreements help streamline logistics and reduce costs. Additionally, insurance coverage is essential to protect against any unforeseen damages or losses during transit. During the F1 calendar planning, the matter of transport is one of the factors that must be taken into account. It is complicated to transport huge and expensive cargo from one country to another, even when they are close. Can you imagine the mess if one race would be in the USA, the next one in some European country, then one in South America, with the next one in Asia? The periods between the races are also important. If the teams have to travel to another continent, a 1-week break is not ideal. It is better when they have more time. But sometimes it is simply not possible to make an F1 calendar that would be ideal for the teams, because there are other factors to be considered while making the schedule. However, the teams know that in advance, so they make plans accordingly. The biggest problem is when the schedule changes during the season. It doesn't happen often, but it happens. We all remember 2020. The season was postponed when everyone was ready to start. No one knew when it would start or where. A few races were cancelled. One by one, a few of them were added to the calendar to replace the cancelled ones, and that made a huge mess. Honestly, we don't know how they managed to organize everything. We're just glad they have. We don't often think about the logistics and transportation of a Formula 1 caravan. We watch races, action on track, pit stops, mechanics working on cars, and team members on the pit wall. But most of the time, we are not aware of the insanely complex and expensive process that happens before the practices, qualifying, and races we watch. And while we share our impressions with friends and on social media after the race, a crowd of people already work on moving the caravan to the next venue. All that hard work is invisible to us, but it's a very important part of Formula 1. Without it, there wouldn't be any F1 events for us to watch and discuss. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to get more exciting Formula 1 news. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.